You ready, Johnny?
3. Okay.
Oh, you want to give me a countdown?
Yeah, well, I do the countdown behind the screen. I usually say 3, 2.
Okay. Teach me grappling. Go ahead, John. Open it up. No, guys, look. We're going to be showing you guys again. I got John Soler here, right here. John, the master of the headlock guard, or what some people have told me, it's the Nino Guard. I guess Nino Schembri used to do this. I actually didn't even know that. I knew who Nino was. I didn't even watch him and study him enough. I always knew about his gogoplatas. I actually didn't know that he used this quite a bit. But John's really, really good with it. And again, I was watching some training tonight, and I'm watching John just pull this move off constantly. And we already did a video on it, but maybe John's going to show you guys this KIMURA attack that he does off of it as well. But let's refresh and show this move. Yeah. How do you want to start?
I'll start on the bottom.
Okay. So right? I'm in side control?
Side control, whatever position we ended up here. I'm like, man, I'm not happy about this. I ended up on bottom, but it's okay. Get to that side, right? Remember we went over?
Like, same thing, guys. Look, if you could block the crossface, that crossface on this one, you know, if I'm here, John can't turn away from me. Like, I've got him. He would have to fight his arm through, which he can do, like with frames. Go ahead and show how you frame up, and then eventually he'll swim through. But if you guys already start off the guard pass, and the guy's more in this kind of judo side control keskatami, show him your
perfect. We're on
easy transition.
Right? We get to that hip, look at the knees, point the direction that you want to travel in, get to the hip, come up, and make that hug. We go here.
Notice what I do right away. I like get up.
Right.
You know, like I'm not going to stay like this. I'm going to get up. You know, probably get up right here with my knees and my toes dug in.
Right. We have our toes ready. We keep this tight because we want the reaction of him coming up or even trying to frame. Right? Like, this is what we want. We want him to feel like, I don't like this. This is kind of like a unique position. Still, even though we have a lot of people on the mat with a lot of experience, it's still kind of foreign. But when we're here and he wants to start getting up or he wants to start framing away, you start making your way up, you make your frame, but kind of position yourself where you're ready to trap that wrist, right? So we end up coming back here. I make that transition, come here, hug, pinch everything. I'm clamping my elbow down. I'm on the inside of my thigh or the elbow, whatever, but I'm hugging him. I'm giving him a good hug. I'm bringing that knee up. You kind of want to crunch him a little bit, make him, threaten him a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about everything. Show a little the other stuff that real brief, what you did on the other video, like how you walked your feet.
Oh,
yeah.
Come here, right? I'm walking my feet.
I'm close up on your hand. You kind of.
I'm making a good frame, and I'm kind of keeping everything tight. Like I'm almost sitting on my left hip. I'm sitting. I'm crunching him. I kind of want to hear disruption in his breathing. I want to hear him struggle a little bit. Like this is not fun for him. He's like, I just passed guard, and now how did I end up here? I'm in a headlock. So when they're there, they're thinking about this here, but they're not paying attention to this wrist. So when you're ready, you control that wrist. When you control it, start making your transition quickly. Once you got a good grip on that wrist, right? Make a grip with this middle finger on that wrist, the strongest grip. Concentrate, grab tight. Then you come up here and you kind of let that head slide. When that head slides, he's going to shove it to the side. When he does, if he wants to take your back, that's okay. Not a big deal. Go for your KIMURA. Make your contact. This is very, now he's, See, now this is not good for him because then he's like,
I'm on the wrong side.
He's on the wrong side. All we need to
do. Guys, see that leg? Yeah, go ahead, John. Like his right leg won't let me jump over him. See that? This is the beauty of John. I'm watching John just kill guys with this. Even other brown belts, just killing them with it because they're now on the wrong side and they think they can take John's back, but they realize if they try to do what I'm doing right now and start applying the KIMURA pressure, like I have to allow turn so I can start to roll, and it's hard to roll with you hooking my leg. Go ahead, maybe.
All you got to do is just bring that to the back of the head and pop.
Yeah, but then even if I tuck and I roll, if you're just gonna go into
KIMURA trap.
Yeah, you're gonna get into the T position, and then we've got all kinds of stuff here. There's so many finishes. So even just simple KIMURA, just for the beginners, just get up and get into KIMURA. And then step over the head. And
come to side control, step over that head. That's it. This is be very careful, guys. This is a very, You put a lot of strain on that shoulder when you do that move. Or even when you're coming around off that Nino Guard, even some of the more advanced students, they don't expect to be trapped here. So we come here, right? We end up side control, we swim. I'm like, oh shit.
See, I want this. I'm like,
it's okay. It's okay if he has
You can stretch that arm out right now?
Look, I'm right? Look at the opening here. He has a grip, but it's not going to be there forever. I'm in double grip. He's there. I'm pinching tight. Eventually, we're going to wrist fight. He's not paying attention. I got his wrist. I'm pinching. I'm bringing everything in. Then when I'm ready, even if I let this go first, and I still have my hand here, and he wants to take my back.
This is so tight. Like, my arm is too far, you guys. So what this at first appears like is that if John is not so tight, that this would be the danger. Sit, grip, pull the guy into the back position. So this is what's the obvious sight if you're me. But I'm telling you, and this is where it is. Let me tell you what I'm feeling when John's doing his thing. When John's doing his thing, my arm is pulled across his stomach. And look at my right arm. I can't even take my head and move it. Like, I'm trying to move around his back to get to here. But there's already tension on my shoulder. And use what you're talking about what you're doing right here.
So the way I picture this position, I make my own seatbelt. I'm jumping in the car. I'm buckling up. I'm not letting this go. Whenever I think of this move, I think of, you know, when you buckle the seatbelt and then it kind of gets stuck with that anti-lock device or whatever it is, where you're like, oh man, I got to reset the seat. I'm making that thing snug and tight. Yeah. And I'm also bringing my elbow and my armpit on the crevice of his neck in this region, kind of in the collarbone shoulder area. And I'm kind of clamping down here too. Like, I'm like stretching it, and he's like, oh, what am I gonna do? I want these reactions. I want him to feel like he's pulling out because he's not paying attention. And then all I need is this. It gives me enough wiggle room, and eventually I like to finish it off from the side. Even the advanced players, when you have this hook right here, he can't roll. He's stuck.
It's hard.
When I have that hook and I have that base, at the most he might very, very advanced player is gonna get to the hip, slide out. But look at the time and the danger that he's already in. By the time he's trying to do that, sometimes I finish from here.
Yeah.
But generally, for the most part, what I'm doing is I get it and I'm bringing him down.
You got good pressure.
Look at my base. Look at the pressure. And then I finish.
You know, let's talk about when I do go for your back, because some guys, they force the back attack, so they do go for his back, but then I'm dealing with this elbow lock, and I got to get out, and then it's like the way I get out of the elbow lock is by bending my elbow, giving him a KIMURA. So this happens frequently as well. You know, go ahead, John. You're in your position, and then when I'm already thinking I want the back because it looks like it's exposing. And then he literally almost gives it to me by letting the head out. But even if I'm here, if it's so tightly wrapped, go ahead and start to lock. Yeah, start to get that wrap. What happens is you guys end up going for the back like this, and John now still has the arm though. If I can't get my elbow to get out, like go ahead and let it for a second, now I'm okay. But it's not that simple. It looks simple, but it's not. Go ahead, John. I've seen you do this all the time. You've caught me in this.
So go ahead. This move, I know that I'm not going to get choked, or it's going to be harder for my opponent to do that as long as I keep that elbow above my radial bone and keep
this
it.
Is
and
real.
I have to pull it. And then also too, what I'm also fighting for when I'm working here is that I'm going to clear this outside hook. And a lot of times I just end up here. I keep everything tucked and I'm putting weight, but I'm clearing those hooks. And sometimes I just end up here.
Yeah, out on the side.
On the side. And all my concentration and my weight is on Brian's right shoulder. I'm treating this shoulder like his head. And this is Keskatami. And I come here and I finish here. Bop. Look at the pressure that I'm putting here. If I'm here and I'm here, try to choke Brian. I got you. I'm
He's threatening. The only way out is for me to do this. Like, I have to give the KIMURA angle as you're trying to push and straighten it. I have to do this, which is not good. Then you have the variation, John, where you put your head and shoulder in the mat and then you jump over.
I go here.
And then he jumps and clears. And then now I'm still in that KIMURA fix. Man, I'm in that trap again. There's so many ways that you kind of like move from
yeah,
there.
like that series right there. I'll go. It depends on what my opponent's doing. Sometimes I'll let that go on the head. They take the back, right? Like I go here and I'm like, okay, how are we gonna play here? I got him in the headlock. I'm baiting him. Sometimes I'll wait. I'll see. Let me feel here. What do we got here? I got him. I'm keeping him tight. Is he gonna give me the up and down reaction?
Yeah.
Is he like, oh shit? If I'm gonna get a little bit of panic or urgency from him, that's okay. I can maybe let him do a little bit of pressure to my neck, and then he's trying to figure this out. I'm coming up. We're in the dogfight. Oh, I got it. I got that wrist. I'm keeping it tight. What do we do next?
Even when I have this, I don't win. So I'll have this a lot of times, and you'll still do it.
I'll still do it. Yeah.
Go ahead,
like
do
here,
it.
and then maybe I'll let the head go. What does he want? Oh, it's okay. Sometimes you end up here.
Yeah.
It's okay
And
though.
then the threat, you know what this threat makes me do? Go ahead, start to elbow lock me. Right there. Now go ahead and start to do it, I'll defend. Like I have to do this. And then we're back in it. And even if I roll, like I'm right back in the problem. We're in that KIMURA trap position. And now I'm trying to block that leg. But it's tough. This is a hard position. You can get belly down. You can come in north-south, side control, step over my head.
There's a ton.
Crucifix. Gary Tonen's got some crazy stuff from here where he gets to his guillotines, and it's awesome.
Oh, and then Brian, let's go over. I hold it, and then we roll. The other one?
Which one?
Well, I grab the KIMURA, and then so we're here. Sometimes, say I'm sitting up, and we're in the dogfight, whatever, and I grab it here, and maybe I just go for the KIMURA here, and I'm holding on here.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to go here or here, and I'll turn. Depends on the positioning of my
Right.
opponent. If he's coming up forward and I know that his base is off,
Yeah.
I make my toss.
And we'll roll over to this side. Yes.
Same thing. This one I hit a lot too. This
Now-
is even stronger.
Now I got my hands locked, but it's not with all that pressure on my shoulder. Go ahead and try to separate my grip. Yeah. Now I'm like trying to find a way to not get elbow locked.
Right.
Because if my thumb goes like this, you're gonna right there. But if I'm stay like this, try to elbow lock me. Like it's kind of hard.
It's kinda hard.
But even if I'm powerful, but you can hit that jump over my
But
body.
all I do is at this point.
Yeah, his
I
butt
jump
fights
over.
those legs, and now I'm in deep trouble in Little China.
Yeah, those are good moves.
All right.
Those are it just depends off the reaction, the direction that you're going in,
It's big trouble in Little China,
right? And
not deep trouble.
did we cover everything?
I think so.
Let's cover the seatbelt a little bit more, like the stretch out.
Okay.
Just go. We'll
Just
go.
how you.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the most important parts because it's really hard to see. Because even when we were getting into doing this move, and I was playing around with it too, my first thoughts were, because I can't do the traditional self-defense, which would be if you were laying on your side and you weren't so tight, let's say you were kind of down just holding a headlock, I could like mount you and then go into my basic jiu-jitsu, escaping an armbar attack. But I can't do that because you're all tight. And I started to think, well, I could kind of go for your back. I could kind of pop my head out. But that pressure you put, John, it's crazy.
You have to take the elbow, and you have to. It's in this direction. This back of the muscle, the bone, what do we call this? Just the shoulder,
back
whatever,
of my shoulder.
right? The scapula.
Yeah.
Look, I'm there.
And I don't know if you can see right here.
so
I got my knee under your back. Like walk around camera and get to this knee under the back. See, I got my knee right here. I'm kind of like, I'm trying to take his back. Because if I push forward, I feed his throw, where he may KIMURA me there. And I don't want that either. So I'm kind of like staying here. I want his back. But it doesn't matter, even if I get my hooks.
I'm stretching them.
Yeah, my arm is pulled across. I'm all stretched out. I can't get my arm out. And then once you thread above my elbow, it threads through the needles gets threaded there. I'm in deep trouble, man, or big trouble. You guys know what I'm saying. You guys, I know you guys are Kurt Russell fans. Okay, so like right here, I need to put my knee right here, try to get my elbow out, but you put some tension on it. Like once I get to the elbow lock, keep going. I won't tap, John. I won't. Keep going until I go. I'll bend. And then now, look, I'm trying to mount you, but you're going to keep going.
Doesn't matter, you keep going.
Because I got to flip.
You gotta flip now. And
Yeah.
you end up there.
So, It's really insanely amazing how much pressure you put on my arm.
It's a lot of pressure. You gotta, the person that's applying it, hold on to it. Do not let that go. When you get the reaction from your opponent, you make your move, whatever it is, the toss, go back, stretch them out, whatever. But hold on to that. But set it up really well. Make that seatbelt, buckle up, stretch them out.
This is, John, real quick, let's stand up. I think we showed plenty, but this is all reminiscent of like Sakuraba from here, right?
Yeah, actually,
like
well, yes, he was always like this. Whenever I saw him do it, and then he would thread it this way.
Yeah.
That was amazing when he was, but I always noticed, I was like, how's this guy? I was like, oh, this is crazy. He's in this move, the Kimura. But when I noticed that he was doing it with the gloves, he was at the top part of the MMA glove, but he always pulled down, and it was almost like, when we escape back, and we're like that.
Yeah.
But he was always like this, and then once he threaded the needle, I'm like, dude, this guy's got it in tight.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's hard to deal with. It's not as easy as it seems.
You start as an opponent when you're in that move. You have an urgency now. You're like, I have to clear this. I have to clear these two arms off this one. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a
I will say
bad position.
This kind of style is, let's admit, it's a little bit double-edged. So if you're not as good as John at doing this, you may fail in the beginning. You might get your back taken. You might get choked a few times because you don't have quite the technical grip. So we do have to kind of like say that because they're going to fail as you guys practice. It's not going to work sometimes. And what I mean by double edge is like, think about it. One guy's trying to attack your back. The back is considered really good, but you're using a submission as a counter attack to their attack, their back attack. They're in the superior position, side control, and now you're exposing your back. It looks really bad. But when you put that gun to their head, which is that Kimura, it really makes them decide, you know what, maybe I don't want this fight. Maybe I don't want the back. And again, if they're gonna succeed against you, your Kimura's maybe a little loose, you're not quite got the technique down, maybe they successfully have a great way of clearing their elbow out, maybe they can, but when you get that double-edged style where it's attack versus another attack that's more threatening, I always, it's the bigger threat that usually is going to win, and the submission attack over just getting the back, you can really catch guys. And what makes it beautiful in the symmetry of this is that you're baiting them with your back. Who doesn't want the back? So they're going to think they're going to get the back, and you're going to get the finish. So the checkmate. You get what I'm saying with this? It's really interesting discussion if you think about this art of war that we play. Anyway, anything last things you want to say?
No, that was it. We covered
all right,
a lot of
I love it. I love it. So I'm inspired myself just having John do this to me, and for you guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed. Headlock guard, Nino guard, whatever you guys want to call it, we love it. Hope you guys love it too. Thank you so much. Please click the link down below at Patreon, PayPal. Contribute to this channel. Remember, we've got our membership only. If you want to become a member, you can become a member of Teach Me Grappling. Support this channel further. You can do that through our white belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, or black belt levels. If you're in the purple belt or above, you guys will have access to some secret technique that I only drop to the members only. So if you guys want to do that, go ahead and click on the members and get into there. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time with more great stuff.